You had 4 sleepers who could break out in Indianapolis. Take us through those.
Yeah, first off, I got Romeo Doubs out of Nevada. I think he's a guy who's kind of in that mix between day 2 and day 3. He's a pretty big receiver, about 6'2", 200 pounds, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons for Nevada. There are some hands questions with him, but the athleticism is, no question, a positive in his column. Number 2, I look at James Cook from Georgia. The Georgia Bulldogs are going to send 14 players to the NFL Combine. That is absolutely incredible. And the way Georgia ran its offense, there was never a bell cow back. It was very much by committee. Zamir White, James Cook, sometimes you saw Kendall Milton, Kenny McIntosh in there. They love to play a bunch of different guys. James Cook is not going to be a guy that's going to play power football. He's 5'11", 190 pounds. His game is predicated on speed and space. You get him out in the open field. You get him in the flat. You get him the ball in just open areas and watch him go to work because he's incredibly fast and he is elusive in that open field. So if you're looking for a guy who's going to do those things, that could be a guy to watch in those mid-rounds. Number 3, I'm going Chad Mumma, the linebacker from Wyoming. I do couch this in my post a bit by saying I think he's going to go in the second round, but I think he's got, the ability to absolutely have a spectacular combine. This was a guy who was a former defensive back in high school, comes to Wyoming, and he absolutely physically blossomed. 6'2", 242 pounds, and he still moves extremely well. He racks up a bunch of tackles, and if you want to know, all you need to know about Chad Mumma, watch the Senior Bowl. When Malik Willis takes off, he's off going to his right, scrambles back to his left. Chad Mumma comes from the far side of the field and chases him down inside the 10-yard line. Chad Mumma has almost 30 pounds on Malik Willis, and he ran him down to stop him from getting a touchdown. That just tells you the athletic ability that sticks out. And number 4, Tariq Woolen, the corner from UTSA. UTSA is one of the better stories in college football this year. A program that's still relatively new, had a spectacular season, and Woolen had a big part in that. This is a guy who has a unique frame for the position. I mean, he's 6'4", 205 pounds. You don't see that in a lot of corners. This is a guy who has played mostly receiver, moved over from offense to defense, played a corner the last couple of seasons, did a pretty solid job. Still raw at the position, but he's a guy who I think is absolutely going to has the potential to have an absolutely spectacular testing day at the Combine. And that's a defensive back where you usually always see guys put up spectacular numbers in the 40, the 3-cone, the vertical, and the broad jump. This is a guy who could do even better. And I was even seeing a tweet this morning from Tom Pelissero of NFL Network where he was saying that when Woolen was doing his combine testing, apparently he did the 40-yard dash in 4.2 seconds. That's a combine record if he does that in Indianapolis, because the old record, John Ross, 4.22. I mean, if Woolen does 4.2, even breaks it, my goodness, you're talking about an otherworldly athlete that just needs to learn the position. But when it comes to pure tools, you're not going to find many other guys with the pure physical tools that Woolen does. You just need to teach him the ins and outs of the position.